Well friends, today I am presenting on the concept constructivism. Constructivism means constructing or building new ideas. The basic ideas of constructivism is that a well must produce its own water. Here, psychologist has given the importance for the child that child has to create the new ideas. The basic idea of constructivism is that learner must construct a knowledge. The teacher cannot supply the knowledge. Constructivism is a new approach or new paradigm. Here, in the constructivism, learner builds an internal illustrations of knowledge and personal interpretations of experience. Here, internal illustrations means they have to explore their inner ideas, internal feelings, internal experiences, and they have to construct or build the ideas. Here, according to the National Curriculum Framework for School Education 2005, recommended that constructivism should help the learner to become constructors of knowledge and emphasize the active role of teachers in relation to the process of knowledge construction. So here it means it emphasizes the active role of the teachers and here active participation of the teacher and active role of the teacher is very important in constructing the ideas. So in the teaching learning process, the child should not copy the teacher's words or child should not reproduce the textbook words. They have to think, they have to analyze, and they have to explore their knowledge. In the constructivism, the constructivist advises that active engagement should be there in the teaching learning process. Active engagement involves inquiry, exploration, questioning, debates, application, reflection, then investigation, discovery, analyzation, and compare and contrast. Means the main motto of the constructivist theory is that the child should explore their ideas through their own experiences or by relating their previous experiences. Here, Jean Piaget, Brunner, Vygotsky, Novak, they are the exponents of constructivism. So according to Piaget, he suggests that children must construct the knowledge individually. And Vygotsky suggests that teacher must construct a knowledge through social interaction. And Vygotsky, Novak has given the importance for construction of the knowledge. It means Piaget suggests that child has to construct the ideas through his own thinking or own thought. Now Vygotsky says that through social interaction. A social interaction means that is by keeping relationship with the society or through communication, through social interaction, through socialization process, child has to acquire the knowledge. So that it involves with the help of the language, by discussing with the more knowledgeable person, or by using their own intellectual capacities, they have to construct their knowledge. Then Vygotsky says that Novak believed that classroom interaction facilitate knowledge construction. Means according to Novak, classroom atmosphere, classroom interaction or classroom is very important in construction of the knowledge. Let us discuss regarding characteristics and principles of constructivist approach. The first characteristic is that constructivists follow it is a learner-centered paradigm. What do you mean by learner-centered paradigm? Learner-centered paradigm or the approach is nothing. A learner is important. Importance should be given to the learner. He has to think, he has to analyze, he has to discuss, he has to explain, he has to explore, he has to investigate. So here in the constructive psychologist, or they are advising the teacher that give importance for the child. Because teacher is like a facilitator, he is like a motivator. He should not involve in the constructing the ideas. Second one is the role of the student has changed from knowledge acquisition to the knowledge construction. Here, the second characteristics of the constructivism is that is the role of the student has changed from knowledge acquisition to the knowledge construction. It means just by hearting or just going through the teacher's notes. It is like a acquisition of the knowledge. After acquiring the knowledge, they have to apply in the practical life. So by the practical activities, they have to construct the knowledge. That is the second characteristics of the constructivism. Then the third characteristic is teacher's role has changed from transmitter of knowledge to the investigator and explorer of knowledge. Here, teacher's role has just in olden age, in traditional method, just teacher has to transmit the knowledge. They have to transfer the knowledge, whatever they have read. They used to transfer the knowledge, whatever they have studied, whatever they are in the textbook. Now that is the role of the teacher is from transmitter of the knowledge to the investigator and explorer of knowledge. Means they have to investigate, they have to find out, they have to research why this should be, what is this, what is that, why, what. Means they have to find out the answer for these questions. Now one content is that, what is this content, why this content, where is this content, how is this content, what are the usefulness of this content. So everything they have to investigate and they have to share with the student. Then students are able to form, interpret and solve problems in the different way. So here in the students are using the knowledge in different way, or the students using the knowledge to find out the solution for the problem, for experimentation, or for applying for the practical knowledge also, and by that they are building or constructing the ideas. Knowledge cannot be transmitted to the passive listeners. Another important characteristics of the constructivism is that we should not transmit the knowledge to the passive listener. What do you mean by passive listener? Passive means here in the constructivist advice that well should create its own water. Means child should create the knowledge. They have to expand they have to find out the knowledge. They have to find out the solution for the problem. Then here, if there is a passive listeners, then they are not able to construct the knowledge. So here importance means all teachers should motivate all the students to participate in his class actively, enthusiastically, creatively, constructively. So this is another characteristics of the constructivism. Students' construction of knowledge is contextual. So contextual means there is when particular one context they are going to construct the knowledge. Now for example earthquake is there. Now for example any this natural calamities are there, or any problem is there. With that context only they have to construct the knowledge. Now river, what is river? Why is this river? What is the origin of the river? What are the functions of the river? What are the different types of the river? So like that they have to construct the knowledge related to the context, related to the phenomena, related to the situation. Then importance is given to processing and production of knowledge. Another very important characteristics of the constructivism is here in the constructivism, importance is given for processing and production of knowledge. Production means what? In this production of the knowledge, they have to produce. Now one word I am giving, one noun. What? They have to produce different types of examples. Bird. So now give the list of the birds. Now so in that teacher is giving one or two name of the birds, or one or the two name of the rivers. Then child has to produce different types of names related to the concept. That is the production of the knowledge. Then next one is constructivism allows academic freedom to students and encourages cooperative learning. In our traditional method, there is no scope for cooperative learning. There is no scope for the there is no scope for the student to explore their ideas. Whatever teacher is to say, blindly they used to write down the notes on the notebook, or they have to take down the notes, or they have to do the work without thinking, or means blindly they used to follow the teacher's ideas. But here in the constructivism, full freedom is given to the child to think, express, explore and ask the questions also. So this is the another important characteristics of the constructivism. Yeah. In the constructivism, learners construct new knowledge, not new knowledge with related to the past knowledge. whatever they have gained in a first standard knowledge, they are utilizing for the second standard and first standard they are utilizing for the third standard. So like that way they are going on constructing new ideas, new knowledge, new examples, new experiment, new illustrations, or new sort of any problems. They are going to find out why is this, why. So every time they are asking the question, asking themselves a question, why is this, how is this. So with the question of why and how, they are constructing some new ideas. Then next one is learning is facilitated by here. Another character is learning is facilitated by the social interaction. So here social interaction means what? It is a group learning, discussion, forum, study circle. Through means Vygotsky says when we should acquire the knowledge by asking question to the more knowledgeable person. Here among the child only one person is having more knowledge, another one is having less knowledge. So through social interaction, communication, with the help of the language, what they are using, they are acquiring the knowledge or they are constructing the knowledge. Then another characteristic of the main characteristic is meaningful learning occurs within the authentic learning task. So in the constructivism, they are not blindly following the teachers. They are asking questions themselves. They are finding the causes for the problem. They are finding or producing the knowledge for the concept. Then when they are doing of their own, there is automatically authentic learning. Learning is becoming more perfect and meaningful one. So and with the meaningful learning, they are able to solve the problems of any situation. So this is another important characteristics of the constructivism. So just these all are the characteristics of the constructivism. Now let us go for the importance of constructivism. Why this constructivism should be there in the teaching learning process? The first importance is constructivism theory or principle motivates the student to use problem solving method, investigative method, project method, experimental learning, concept mapping, cooperative learning strategies, dialogue, mode, creative writing and field surveys for constructing the new ideas. It helps the child to follow these all modern methods, even project learning also, excursion also. These all modern techniques they can use in teaching learning process to make their learning perfect, effective and successful one. And whatever the learning they are acquiring or knowledge they are producing with this method, that learning retain for a longer time, or it is becoming a lifelong learning. Then second importance is it helps the child to construct a knowledge through the social interaction. Means it provides one type of social learning to the child, because child learns through social interaction by discussing. Automatically that is developing a social learning like helping nature, cooperative, patient listening. Then they can evaluate themselves also, because in the group they are discussing, they can evaluate, or it is helpful for the self-assessment also. Then in the classroom, in the classroom, it is useful for the teacher to take the active participation of the student. Students' participation is becoming active, classroom is becoming enthusiastic, and there will be the healthy, wealthy atmosphere in the classroom. Then it focuses on the role of the student. It recognizes the student or it is helpful for the student to identify the individual differences. Because here individual differences means we can identify their domains also, and according to the domains we can train them to develop their personality to become an ideal member of the society. In constructivism, learner develops their own understanding of the way the world works. It places the learner in the center of the learning process. So here in the constructivism, learners develop their own understanding with their own experiences, own interest. Here interest is very important in order to make our learning or teaching learning process effective and successful one. So here constructivism is one of the most recent trend or recent approach or paradigm in our teaching learning process. Thank you.